Spiritual attacks rarely announce themselves with flashing warnings. They creep in subtly, aiming to weaken your faith when you least expect it. And if you felt an unusual heaviness in your soul lately, you need to pay attention because the enemy never wastes his energy on those who are not a threat. One of the first shocking signs you're under spiritual attack is a sudden wave of exhaustion that has no physical explanation. Your body feels tired, but more than that, your spirit feels drained, like you're carrying a weight you can't name, and this is not ordinary fatigue. It is the enemy's attempt to steal your strength because Nehemiah 8 verse 10 says the joy of the Lord is your strength, and if Satan can rob your joy, he can weaken your fight. Another hidden sign is confusion and constant mental warfare, those intrusive thoughts that make you doubt God's promises, your worth, and even your salvation, whispers that sound like your own voice but carry condemnation. Because John 10 verse 10 reminds us the thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy, and if he can plant lies in your mind, he can lead you into despair. A third dangerous indicator is isolation. You suddenly withdraw from prayer, fellowship, and even the people who speak life into you, convincing yourself that no one understands what you're going through, when in reality Ecclesiastes 4 verse 12 says a cord of 3 strands is not easily broken, and Satan secretly hopes that by cutting you off, he can devour you more easily, just like a predator separates a sheep from the flock. The fourth sign is temptation intensifying in areas you thought you had already conquered, struggles with lust, pride, or old addictions rising from the shadows. Because the enemy knows your weak points and will resurface them to make you question if you've truly been set free. Yet 1 Corinthians 10 verse 13 declares that God always provides a way out, which means the attack itself is proof that you still carry spiritual authority. Another warning is an increase in conflict and misunderstanding in your closest relationships, sudden arguments, broken trust, or offense that seems to appear out of nowhere, because division is one of Satan's oldest tactics, and if he can't touch your destiny directly, he will attempt to destroy the unity around you, knowing Matthew 12 verse 25 says a house divided against itself cannot stand. The sixth sign is loss of passion for the things of God. When prayer feels empty, worship feels dry, and reading scripture feels lifeless, this is more than a bad day. It is a deliberate assault on your hunger, because if Satan can numb your desire for God, he can slowly suffocate your fire. Yet Jeremiah 20 verse 9 says his word is like fire shut up in your bones, and if you resist the numbness, that flame will rise again. Finally, perhaps the most shocking sign is an unexplainable wave of fear and anxiety pressing on you at night, thoughts of failure, dread of the future, or an irrational sense that something terrible is about to happen, because fear is the opposite of faith, and 2 Timothy 1 verse 7 reminds you that God has not given you a spirit of fear but of power, love, and a sound mind, which means when fear comes, it is never from Him. If you recognize yourself in these signs, do not mistake the struggle as defeat. The very reason you are under such relentless attack is because heaven has marked you for something greater, and the enemy is terrified of your next season. You are not being crushed. You are being targeted because your prayers shake hell, your faith breaks chains, and your destiny carries weight. So rise up, put on the full armor of God as Ephesians 6 commands, and remember that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. For greater is He who is in you than he who is in the world.